Timothy hoye! NYC hoye! Bugisu hoye! Block vote hoye!
Endorsement zoye!
Endorsement zoye! Thank you so much. Here is the Bugisu caucus. We have delegates from the 7 districts which make up Bugisu sub-region. We have met today, and tonight we have endorsed the Honorable Timothy Kadaga for the position of National Youth Council Chairperson. He has demonstrated that he will be able to serve the younger people and put the interests of the younger people forward, and therefore we endorse you fully.
Changing the game. Changing the game.
Yes.
Hello. Museveni oye. Kadaga Timothy oye. Bugisu oye. NYC oye. Today oye.
First, I want to apologize. We started late, but I was able to inform we were in elections. Unlike in our district, we finished our elections very early. I think it's not that competitive, but I'm happy with all the match. It shows a difference that everyone wants to be a leader. Well, for the interest of time, because from here we are going to survey sub-region to also meet those people and talk to them. But I wanted to come here to ask you for your mandate, not because I'm from Busoga, not because I'm from Eastern Uganda, because by God's grace, I'm the only one. So far, I don't know, maybe after this meeting, someone may say, Timothy doesn't stand a chance. But so far in Eastern Uganda, I'm the only one running for chair, so that gives us a mileage. So it's on that basis that I've come back home to ask for your mandate and support. Timothy Kadaga, well, I'm from Kamuli District. I'm the one who holds the bag in Kamuli District, Finance, but I'm also going to leave it and hold the bigger bag, if you trust me, at National Youth Council. Timothy Kadaga, I've been a dual president at Uganda Christian University. I served 2019, 2020. I've been a speaker of Commonwealth Youth Parliament Africa region. That's the one that brings together all countries under the Commonwealth. That was 2018-2019. Currently, I chair the East African Community Youth League. It's a body that is bringing together young people in East Africa because we are looking at integration. So basically, that's experience in youth leadership. So I'm not new to it, but I'm just trying to use this opportunity to bring new energy to the National Youth Council. My manifesto, why I am here is because I don't want you to support me because I'm from Eastern Uganda, but I want you to support me because you believe in the vision that you want to bring. And that vision is looking at, of course, economic empowerment of the young people. And the second, because there are 2 basic things that can make the National Youth Council very formidable. That's economic empowerment and restructuring the system of the NYC. Everyone will talk about economic empowerment. And we can all look at what the government has brought. You've seen Yoga, you've seen parish development model, you've seen youth livelihood programs. These projects were brought for the young people because you're 77% of the population. But the biggest question is, why has it failed to be effective? Again, that's where we're looking at a system. When this money comes, it comes to the district and comes to the local government accounts. So you as young people, you never know how much money has gotten into those accounts. So why we want to do that, we want to separate our money as a youth. We want to ensure that we create National Youth Council accounts at every district. So that all that money comes directly to those accounts. Those accounts will be managed by the chairperson, will be managed by the female affairs, will be managed by the finance, because it's mandatory that there should be 3 signatories to one account. So we are looking at restructuring that, and in that basis, I believe that we shall have concrete and formidable district councils, because you all came from villages, from the village council, and the majority who voted for you at the village level, because all of us went through elimination up to district. But the most the biggest number that gave you votes at the village level. However, these people are always left out. We who reach at the district, we tend to leave the people at the village. So we want to restructure and make a system that the NYC caters for even the village councils. Our Hillary talked about the money it had reduced, but I just want to guide that amount of money actually was increased to 5 billion, thanks to the previous or the current NYC. However, 5 billion is not enough for every district. That's why you see there are no activities. So that's why we're saying we have to lobby for more money. You realize that there are some institutions which have over 18 billion. 18 billion as a budget. But the biggest majority, who are young people, you have only 5 billion. But the reason why your money is not increasing is because we are not united. Most times we have divisions. Anyways, that's why you see the president, all these governments tend to have alternatives of reaching the young people and not using the NYC. So we are saying these 5 years, as Hillary stated, these 5 years, we need to make a change. That's why we are saying we must change the game. That these 5 years, it must be so effective. I keep telling my colleagues that 5 years are like 5 days. Most times we think when we get our votes now, we are going to sleep, but you realize we are now back into the election cycle. It's the same thing that's going to happen. So we are saying, let these 5 years be active. So that you as a chairperson, when you go back to Bulambuli, when you go back to Manafwa, the young people say, actually, our leaders really worked. The other thing we want to look at as a system is mobilization. In order to mobilize young people, of course we need facilitation. The last NYC utilized an opportunity and asked for maybe heifers, but they didn't reach everyone. Now we are saying we need to change the game. Let's look at mobilization. If LC3s are given motorcycles, why can't chairpersons be given motorcycles to mobilize for the president or mobilize for government projects within the district? That's why in my district, I went unopposed, but I stood firm. I wanted the chairperson who is always at the district, not a chairperson who is going to be in Kampala with me. No, I wanted a chairperson who is at the district, who will be able to mobilize the young people, who will be able to let the young people know that the projects have come. So that's why I'm saying we need to facilitate all chairpersons, at least with motorcycles. And that's a mandate. We talked about it with people in TESO. They did bring it up, and I saw it's actually beneficial. However, I need to remind you that this task will be hard if you vote for only Timothy Kadaga for chair. That's what I'm saying. Let's analyze. Because being a youth is not an ideology. It's biology. You're going to live being a youth. But what have you left for the young people? When you leave that office, Trampisha, what have you left at the account of the youth? What have you left at the district for the next person to work on? And I can testify that most of you have gotten those accounts when they're at zero. So basically, you need to start and add money. So we need to change the game that when you leave that account, it must have enough amount of money. So we are saying, let's work together and change. Let's look at ideology. Because our politics has changed, but we have an opportunity as young people to change and say, you know what? I will not vote Timothy because he's from Soga. I will not vote Timothy because he's from Eastern Uganda. But I'm going to vote Timothy because he has a vision and ideology. And that's the only way we're going to change the game. It will influence even the next people. You and I can agree that we are in a moment of transition. Basically, we need to place ourselves as young people. In that, when the government does change, we have a say. Because we have the number, we have the majority. Most people fear us when we come together because they think we can cause mayhem. But I believe when we come together and speak with one voice, we can command and have our budget increase. We can command and have government projects come. And thirdly, or finally, I want to let you know that what we were working on in the East African community, adding in the youth, is because we want to open up. Of course, that's an idea that the president has, but we want to open up the markets. That's regional integration. So that when you have, because every year we have so many people graduating, but then the jobs are limited here. But because of the East African community, that integration agenda that we want to amplify, meaning we shall have regional market. So if at regional level or district level you have parish development, you have parish hubs, the presidential skilling hubs. And these presidential skilling hubs take in my district, we take in two people per sub-county. I don't know how it is this side, but we're saying we need to increase on the number of people who get into those hubs. And also, 2 weeks ago we were discussing with the Minister of Youth. Their agenda is to have the youth livelihood program connect to the people who are coming from the presidential skilling hubs. To me, I did partially agree to it because you have a startup base. However, how we can fully accept that agenda is if we are increasing on the number of people who get into these skilling hubs. So that when you finish the skilling hub, you already have a startup capital. So that's a basis, that's a journey that we are all working at. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, for the interest of time, I only ask that you work with me. We stand together. Last election, yes, you stood and supported someone from the East, our brother Jacob. And I know even this time, we can do the same. Not because we are Eastern, we are the Eastern Bloc, but because you believe in a vision. And that's the agenda I'm selling to all of you. I'm only asking, I'm begging that we work together and move together. I can guarantee that we are going to win this race. We started with Busoga, we were in Iteso, Teso. Today we are in Bugisu. Today in the evening I will be concluding with Sebei sub-region. In northern Uganda, what we are doing, we are making alliances with people. So that's why I was talking to my colleague here. I told him, you know what, identify the positions that we want, but let's also be critical about it, so that we do not ask for everything, because you may ask for everything and you get nothing. So we need to be critical about it, and let's ask for the critical positions. In the last NYC, Busoga was not represented, even Bunyoro. So we missed out, and we are saying this time we are asking for nothing. We only want to lead at the top. So let's see how best we work together, journey together, and let these 5 years, let them say that this NYC was functional. Let them say this NYC was not only NRM, but was one that was uniting. Because when NYC was established in 1993, it had 3 mandates. One, unifying all the youth. And how we are going to unify is what I've just told you. Structure and economic empowerment. 2, ensuring that the young people are involved in national development projects. Those are the parish development model, youth livelihood, PDM, and if we restructure and have the young people in it, then the 3rd mandate will be fulfilled. And that's protecting you from being manipulated or exploited. And that's why we are saying we have to change the game and look at ideology rather than other factors. And I know, yes, we all went through the election. I personally, from village, we spent a lot of money, and as the political game is dictated. But this time, we want to ask that let's focus on a goal. Let's focus on an agenda, and at the end of the day, these 5 years we shall have an NYC that's formidable. I want to conclude by saying, let's have an assertive NYC, let's have an attractive NYC, let's have an NYC that's united. Thank you so much, and I want to finally say congratulations for all those who went through TASOS, because I believe in it's only the Bugisu sub-region where almost every district had someone sweating. But the fact that you came out, it means you're not an easy person. So I only ask that when we get to Kampala, You will also not be an easy person. You stand with Timothy Kadaga, and we bring it back home. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. And my brother, yes, I speak very well, I know that. But at least when it comes to delivery, I know what it means. Because I always think about be coming back to you, and I want you to be my agent tomorrow. So from a nutshell, if you look at what I've achieved or what I've done, I can talk about SMART, can check what we've done. We raised money there to support people, over 15 million. As the first new president to bring the president of Uganda to UCU, we raised almost 100 million to help tuition when I was a new president. So my track record speaks for itself. I'm not just giving you words, but I know what it means to want a vote, and I know what it means to work for it, and I know what it means to come back and ask for it. So I just want you to trust me. Trust me, just give me that mandate. And I also believe all of you won, not because you have money, like Tapisha, but because you created a friendship with those people. It was easy for them to give you a vote because of that social capital. And I'm a lawyer by profession, so I know what a social contract is. So let's make this bond and go through it. About supporting, yes, we've not come empty-handed because we know what it means, and keeping you here. My where's Leo? Leo? Yes, my
Muzoye? Youth Chairperson Zoye? Kadaga Zoye? Timothy Zoye? NYC Zoye? Winning Zoye? Losing Z? Ra! Cha 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 cha!